in terms of, you mentioned it earlier, and we never delved into this as well. In terms of your neck and you're breaking your neck, I started following you on Instagram. So tall right now is your Instagram tag, personal Instagram tag. Bing.
Yep.
Down in the description.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna get that nailed.
Bonafide and Co. Yeah. Bing. So, and I think it was probably about 5 months before we went to Namibia. You kind of had your neck brace on, and you were giving updates, and I was thinking,
This guy's gonna take us to Namibia.
Is this trip going? Is this trip going ahead? Is this what? So yeah, what happened there, mate?
Yeah, I was taking. This was in October last year. I was taking a group to a place called Sani Pass. So it's a iconic mountain pass in southern Africa. It heads from South Africa into Lesotho. So it's actually like on the border between the two countries. And I'd done like a 10-day medical course in Cape Town, flew back from that 3 days later, had packed up and went to Namibia to do 12 days in Namibia, drove back from Cape Town. And then like the week later, I had this trip at Sani Pass. And I was exhausted.
Yeah.
And on the second day of the trip, we had gone through a section of dirt, and then there was a section of tar with like these blind rises, and the blind rise would go up left and up right. And there was just this, I mean, I look back on it now, you would be like, how the fuck did he fall? Like that's Joe. But it was just, a lapse in judgment or whatever that might be. And so the road went up and it went left. And I just realized too late that I needed to brake. And I was in off-road mode, and the back wheel locked up and it threw me on the ground, and I went sliding across the tar and into the grass. I think I was maybe going between like 60 and 80. So not that, I wasn't going that fast. Yeah. And also I was not photographing at the time.
We'll come on to that.
A lot of people ask like, hey Joe, like, you were photographing, weren't you? I was like, actually, I was not.
Right.
And so when I came off, I had slid into this like bush, and the momentum flung my neck inwards. Okay. Luckily, I was wearing a neck brace, so that stopped my neck from going any further. And I when I was laying there on the ground, I wasn't in pain, but I knew something was up with my neck. I felt, that something had happened, and I knew something was wrong. And I laid there on the ground and I was like, okay, what do I do? I'm responsible for this trip, but now I'm fucked. And, something's not good here. And so eventually I kind of got up. I made the call to stand up and move around. I know that with a neck injury, you probably shouldn't move, but I asked the guy who, did my medical course, was this the right call? And he said, yeah. Right. You made the right decision here. So they loaded my bike up onto the trailer. I got in the Defender, drove like an hour and a half to the hospital, and there they found out that my neck had fractured 2 vertebrae. So luckily, they chose to let it heal, not to do surgery. And I was put in a neck brace. The first neck brace that I had, it was like Forrest Gump's leg brace. Those old poles and things that he ran and broke. It was basically like the neck version of that.
So a cool look then, yeah.
Oh God, it was. There's photos. I've got photos for you.
Right.
I'll send
put photos here.
Yeah.
So I had that neck brace for about 3 weeks. It was very limiting. It went up my neck and then it went around my chest, and I had to wear that full time.
I remember seeing it. on Instagram.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
So
it was brutal.
No surgery then, Joe?
No surgery.